All right, we are once again back in the saddle, doing all sorts of shit. Well, not that much. Okay. Wanted to finish this over here first, before I start on a new building. There shall be plenty of that in the future. I cannot find the piece of paper I was using. Oh well. Shouldn't be too bad. Okay. Now, can I get this to behave? Everything got updated to 1.16.5 because we needed that, am I right? Stairs. Damn. There we go. So how is everybody? How are you? How am I? How are life, things, etc., etc.? Everything's pretty well the same with me. Chilling out on the weekend. Thankfully, it's been a pretty trouble-free week. And I'm probably going to eat that, eat those words or whatever next week or some shit, who knows. Not for any reason in particular, just because, you know, the moment you start to appreciate the lack of trouble, the moment trouble rears its ugly head. Okay. Whew. So yeah. What color glass was I using? Still haven't fixed that bug. Some magenta. Glad to hear it. Wancher Flatland? Flatland. Ah. Well, good. Okay. Nope. Oh yeah, the two-dimensional. I'm not even really sure, just an example of how things would be in 2 dimensions, or whatever it is. Is it like a full-fledged book with characters and stuff too? Okay. Hopefully everybody is looking forward to this place being finished whenever I can get around to that. I know it's going to be a while. Ooh. Damn it, that overrode it. So, you know, this is 3 right here. Oh wait, no, I need to go back 1. Whoops. There we go. Not quite halfway. Nope. Hey, cactus. Cool. I don't really like leaving large, you know, swaths of just plain quartz like this. I feel like I have to put some sort of a pattern in them or else your eyes just glaze over it. I like that better. Ooh. I keep yawning tonight. I don't know why. Oh, really? Are you doing it by hand? I mean, I would assume. Are you somehow gonna get all the materials up and all that? Damn. It's pretty daunting with all the stuff that goes into it. I mean, you're liable to be at it for, oh god, a year or more. Especially if you're doing it in survival mode. Oh man. By hand in survival. Enjoy. Dupe that was quickly patched. We got most of the quartz. Okay, well, that actually is like... That's a lot of it right there, is the quartz. I hope you duped obsidian, too. Or you're gonna lodge a wither in the, that starting platform in the end. And try doing that. Oh, this goes... Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna put a, yeah, I want to do this pattern. But yeah, getting the obsidian is just as cancerous. You have to have a lot of stuff, otherwise you're gonna be at it a while. I mean, I suppose if all else fails, you can mine out the shit. You can mine out the platforms the dragon respawns on. Or the pillars the dragon respawns. Good luck with that, though. So, you have the old world download, or are you using videos or things of that nature? Glass, obsidian beacons, 100,000 quartz. Yeah, 100,000's not bad. That's about... Well, no, it really isn't. But that's a good amount to start with. So yeah, I like hearing people will recreate this place for themselves. That's always fun to hear about. And yeah, I crammed as much detail into every single thing I could. Wait, what the fuck am I doing? Ah, so you do have the world download. Yeah, that's, if you don't have, like, direct access to it, which, I mean, it's been public for well over a year now, there's just so much that you're not gonna get in a video. I mean, I don't know how you'd manage. Thanks, man. I worked a long-ass time on that. Well, I'm still working on it, obviously. Whoopsie. That's not where that goes. I just keep messing this up. Jesus. Okay. Should be this one. I'm so glad World Edit doesn't upend doors and pressure plates and stuff. Right here. Shite. Okay. All right. I like that weaved look that it has to it. It's really interesting. Okay. Not really sure where I'm going with this sculpture other than I'm going with it. There we go. That'll work. Right about here. Oh. A lot of different blocks. Yeah. I find myself using the chain blocks. Chains are very, very nice, very aesthetic. Like them a lot. don't find myself using too much else, but I don't know. Just depends. What else? What was added? I've used the conduits in there. I've used water logging quite a bit. Water logging was a very interesting mechanic, I guess, whatever it is. I like that they added it. But I've mostly, other than well, I have used the Blackstone a lot on the uploaded Skyblock videos. But just for this, I haven't used too many new blocks. It's still mostly quartz and stuff, which is ancient. Do I want this to be open or not? That's cool. Okay. And then there should probably be a room of some kind. Get out here, walk in here. Good old flaming skull banner. Glass. Whoops. Cool. Cool. Whoa. Sort of, I guess it could be a bedroom. Yeah, I'll sort that out later. I don't feel like doing much interior decoration right now. Mostly just want to make rooms. Then this probably is also actually. Ah, damn it. Damn it. Meant to rotate that 180. Okay, let's hope this works. Damn. Okay. It's not too bad. Oh. Want to use this as sort of like a it's a good way to describe this. Sort of like how you'll see, I don't know, sort of like drain spouts, I guess, running up the sides of a building. Like the idea of that. Might not make it on more than one side, though. It's the regular skull that you use to craft the banner pattern, I believe. Let's find out. I don't actually know. So, okay, so we have to, you have to make a the banner thing. Crafting table. Yeah, it uses the wither skull. Okay. Could have sworn it uses the regular skull. Because, like, there was a reason to hunt up skeleton skulls at one point. But I guess not. Yeah, because there's no other way to get the skull charge. Interesting. Okay. Not terribly useful, but, you know, interesting enough. Interesting question. Thank you for that. Thank you, Gorgon Breath. I guess my building skills are mean. But I like to think of them as more, passive aggressive instead of outright mean. I mean, this place doesn't look very mean, does it? I mean, sure, if you fell into the void, it would be pretty bad, but, you know. I like to think this place is pretty nice, pretty gentle. Yeah, you might have to run here, there, and everywhere if you lived here. I think you could make it. Oh, hey, Fast Vincent. I didn't know you were in here. Sup, mate? Hate how they've not made it to where the glass panes and iron bars and things won't connect up. They should. Stairs are really funky too, so I don't know. So how has the virus been treating everybody? Hopefully none of y'all have gotten it. I've been offered the vaccine by my work, so I've been preparing to get that. I mean, it's free, so you know, why not? But yeah. Here's hoping that's turns out okay. Placing upside down stairs. Oh man. I'll give you a hint if you can do this. I don't know if you're doing it on a server or what, Cactus, but when I was doing all of these stairs all around the edge here, this entire edge, and then this edge, and then this edge, and this edge, and these edges, and all of this shit. I cheated. I used Elytra Fly hack to hover in midair. Of course, I don't have one on now, but, you know, to basically hover like this, and then I just zoomed around as quickly as I could, because, you know, it was 2B2T and all that, and I'd placed everything as I could. And I was a very sad, sad panda the day they, or House, or whoever, patched Elytra to the point where you couldn't use them. Disabled, and then when they were brought back. God, that was a painful day. Can't go anywhere? Yeah, I know. Maybe one of these days shit'll get back to normal. Not holding my breath, though. But yeah, if you want to do upside down stairs, you basically you have to have like a pseudo creative mode or something to that effect. Oh, That was in the middle. This is. Actually, yeah, no, you're not gonna see all of that. That's there are a lot of things that if you don't have the world download, you're not gonna know. Weeks. I mean, like, not to make you feel bad or anything, but it took like a solid week just to do one portion of this ring here, because like it's internally it's hollow inside. So to like do every bit took about a week, and I'd go around in shifts, just zooming all the way around until I made it meet up in the middle. And oh my god, yeah, that was a solid month and a half just to get the ring right. And I've talked about how in like on my Skyblock series, I talked about how if something's off by a block, you know, where the arms met up of the ring, they would meet up right here on the perfect diagonal. And because it was off a block, it was catty corner here. And it was off a block right up here. These, the extension portion right here, this little sky walkway, this was off by one block, and so it put everything off by a block, and that added up over distance, and oh my god. I did the majority of the building on the base on 2B2T, yeah. Nothing other than like these pylons, these 4 buildings, the lamps, lanterns, what else did I do here? Oh, I added the Aurora Borealis using World Edit. Yeah, everything else was done on 2B2T, pretty much. I added these. The bottom flotation ring down here was on 2B2T. This I added with World Edit. The middle ring here, where all my animals are stored, that was done with World Edit and done in single player. I got up to here on 2B2T, but I didn't get to add this arm portion that meets in. There's a lot that I didn't get to do, but World Edit allowed me to speed up. And yeah, I'll share the download, you know, it's It'll take a while, but I'll do it when it's finished. Of course, I'm not sharing anything until it's finished. So yeah, it's just going to be a process. Take a shot every time I misclick. Hopefully you're not dead of alcohol poisoning by the end of the stream. Thanks, Goldjon. And I know it's going to take a while. Like, I'm literally... it's been about what? So I started 4 years ago. When was that? Sometime in February. So it would be it's coming up on the 4-year anniversary of when I started. But that was 4 years ago, and a lot of that time I'd used to plan. A lot of that time I was clearing land. Because, you know, there were end islands all around here and just other things of that nature. And that took... Plus I had to go to work. I had school. Like, you know, I couldn't just no-life this. So if you can no-life it, you might get away with a year and a half. Maybe. That's being generous, but, you know, maybe. Depends on how fast you work. Although, actually, it'd probably take you less time, because if you just use, I think it's called Lightmatica. It's a Schematica ripoff, because Schematica died in 1.16. So if you use that, you can just use the world download that I made, convert it to a schematic, and then just copy that. And that's like 70% of the battle won for you, pretty much. Since you're building it and you want to be as accurate as possible anyway, I mean, that's a surefire way to cut out all the any mismanagement, any human error. Like, that's the way to go, pretty much. But, you know, if you don't want to do that, that's fine too. Because I found that when I had the planning finished, and I wasn't thinking up every single placement of block I wanted to put here or there, I find it goes way faster. Because you don't have to think, you just do. And everything pretty well takes care of itself. So don't overthink it. And yeah, there are probably a lot of hidden details that you aren't aware of and stuff, but, you know, again, the world download should pretty well take care of that. I believe the nerds put that out back in August of 2019, something like that. So yeah, you should have the ability to do it. So you did 180. So don't fret. Pure survival with no world edit. Well, it's not as bad as it sounds. It's not super easy, but it's not as bad as it sounds. It's more a matter of dedication. Also, the various clients that allowed me to do things like scaffolding. Scaffolding was a godsend. I loved scaffolding. Scaffold on 2B2T was amazing. For the disc as a whole, because you can see there's kind of a pattern etched into it, and just large, broad areas of just nothing but quartz. Because it's just boring nothingness. For most of that, I used baritone. I used World Edit in single player, made it, how I wanted to make it, and then I made a schematic of it, and then I made baritone slave through all of that. That took about 6 months, 7, 8 months, somewhere in there, to do all of that. And, that was a pain in the ass, and 2B2T lag was dangerous, and stuff of that nature. But I found that it made it mindless, and so I could watch a video and have the bot do most of the work for me. I just had to supply it the building tools, or the building blocks. And yeah, like, it went pretty easily. So it wasn't all bad. It really wasn't. It just seems bad. Oh wait, shit. I messed up something. Fuck did I mess up? Oh, I went down too far. Or up too far. That's where I messed up. Eh, 2B2T was okay. I miss it. I really do. Just the fact that it's not stable. There's no prospects of any updating of any kind. I've rambled on at length about this multiple times, but just the fact that it's stuck in 1.12, that's just the worst. It'd be all right if I could just do this shit and just not have to worry or have it update or something, but that ain't happening. Oh well, such is life. Damn it, I wish I could find the slip of paper I put my concept art on. Wanted to see how I finished up the top of this. There it is. Got too many damn papers I've got to straighten out on this thing. Okay, had a giant window. Somewhere in here. But yeah, I'm glad I never got into the dick waggling contests and things of that nature, crystal PvP, etc. Oh, my internet is bugging. Well, I'm not entirely certain what that might be. Well, that sucks. Just watch back the stream later. It'll be better, I swear. Yeah, I know that it's pretty fucking behind. Oh well. Actually, I think I won't make a window here. If it did update, I'd be happy for that. It wouldn't be bad if it were update. If it were to update, it just fat chance of that ever happening at this point. House is too complacent with it being set on 1.12. So I don't know. I don't know what it would take to get him to update. It's not even like 1.16 is all that bad. At least not that I've seen. But then 2B2T is such a massive server. Who really knows what would happen? Okay. Pop Bob was whack. He had his own style of doing things, but he was like He was a very shifty person. Not the kind of person I would recommend hanging out with. Some people have a higher opinion of him than I do, but from what little I could tell, or I didn't interact with him much because I couldn't, because he was Pop Bob, pretty much. But from what little I gleaned of him, he was not exactly a nice person. But then I've heard people say he is a nice person, so I don't fucking know. I don't really care, to be honest. Oh, wait. He seemed very, I don't know, he was happy to be the boogeyman. He enjoyed that reputation. So I don't know. I don't know what was going through his head or what he was really truly like, if he was just playing a character or what. If he was playing a character, good God, was he good at it. Like, dude, you should be doing Shakespeare, not 2B2T. But, yeah, I don't know. And I don't really care to know. Like, it doesn't affect me. There we go. Why would I need to make a replica of the lands? I could, but what would be the point? Well, I have the world download of the place. If that's what you mean. But, like, there's nothing there anymore. Actually, let me, about an hour in, I could switch over to it, show it off real quick. Yeah, I think I'll do that in a few minutes. The lands were okay, but there was something there that I enjoyed doing. But, by the time I finished... Well, you'll see it in a minute. But by the time I finished the build that I was obsessed with at that time, like, that place was a dead base. Like, I didn't want Jared destroying it for his own, you know, get his kicks or whatever it was. But at the same time, I didn't want people showing it off for their own gain, you know. I crystalled Rusher there, actually, funny enough. And I crystalled Jared there, and what else happened there? I had my first ever dupe that I was able to partake in. That happened there. What else happened there? Well, just a bunch of various things. I'll show it off in a bit. Reminisce a little bit of it. But, yeah, the lands wasn't that amazing. It was just like, you know, you have a soft spot for your first base. Even though that wasn't my first base on 2B2T. You know, it was the first base that like, stuck, you know? Like, it was memorable. But it wasn't the end of the world. It wasn't the end-all to be-all of bases. I'm going to move this up just a little bit. That's weird, that wall wouldn't connect to it. I guess all world edited things have that weird non-connective property. Shit's whack, yo. Oh wait, that's right, I was gonna change this into this. I like that. There we go. Then one final something to cap it off here. Yeah, that'll work. I don't really have an opinion on Jared. He was an edgy little teenager. I think he was like 13 or so when he joined, and he did a lot of growing up on 2B2T, and some of it good, most of it bad. I mean, not much you can do about that. Kind of wish Jared hadn't joined just for his own good, not like for any other reasons, but oh well, what can you do, you know? Some people are just kind of doomed to put themselves in bad situations they shouldn't. Where is it? There it is. almost finished with this. Oh, it was connected. Okay. So that's just a client-side thing. Shit. That'd have been nice to know. Sup, proud camper. Finally made it. To a stream, I mean. For anyone wondering, Proud Camp is making Space Valk 3 on Roblox. We're trying to. Roblox isn't exactly helpful. The people running that unfortunate game seem to not quite get it, shall we say. Thank you, thank you. There we are. It's getting there. What I wouldn't give for sideways slabs and stairs. Oh, whoops. Shit. Gotta knock that over one. Ooh. This might not meet up. Damn. Is this an odd number or an even? It's an even number, damn it. That's not bad, I suppose. Okay. That'll work. stories. Probably. But the problem is, like, some of them aren't stories that are worth mentioning. Some of them you've probably heard before. Some of them wouldn't really make sense. A lot of them are just you had to have been there type things. So I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll be in the mood to recount a more drawn-out story or something. There we go. Tate, 180. Maybe this isn't a client-side problem when it... Weird. Oh well. I'd say that's pretty good. Oh, wait. Shit, that works. Yeah, that works better. Okay. That's like the 5th full building. Or, no, more like the 3rd. It's got a good profile to it. I like it. Now I gotta go in there and actually put shit inside. Decorate it and whatnot. I'm liking that, yeah. Okay. Now, I'm going to do a quick tour of the lands. Where did I even put that? Yeah, this is it. Okay. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Yay, it didn't crash. So yeah, this was it, pretty much. It's not too bad. Oh, shit, that's right. This was a... spectator. That way I can zoom around a little faster. This was the Tajma Autist Exalted Spartans made. This was partially responsible for Space Valk 3's overall design, because he used a lot of stuff inside it, in here. Some designs that I really liked, like the interlaced, interwoven looking floor. That shit was so good. He didn't get to finish this place, obviously. What else? I added the obsidian because I thought the obsidian contrasted it quite well. I wanted to use more like waterfalls and shit, but I also wanted to make it make Space Valkyria more of a, you know, a space station. So that didn't really go with that, I guess. The Blue Pyramid, this was a build inspired by the game Chrono Trigger. If you've never played Chrono Trigger, you need to. That's really all there is to this. Looks really, really cool. I liked it. This was a map wall. At some point the maps broke off. I forget if I saved them. Doesn't look like I did. But it was a giant map of this entire area. These were trees, ore trees that cytotoxic T-cell first made. I took the inspiration from her. This was my starter house that I pimped out. It was a part of a village. There used to be a village here. These were mob heads given by Pyrobite. What else? Just none of the items got saved, I think. I find that hard to believe I didn't save the items. I don't know. Maybe that was a version upgrade problem. Doesn't really matter. What else? What else? I just expanded this place upward a lot. I was in love with... I wanted to make it a house sort of like the house from Harry Potter, the Weasley's house. How it was just this amalgamation of cottage on top of cottage. We'll get to that in a second. These were iron golem farms back in the day when iron golem farms were designed a certain way. This is the central shaft where they'd fall in and die. This thing was never that productive. I blame 2B2T for that. What else? This was Snacky North's house that he made over here. Made it out of wood and snow. Thought that was pretty cool. We caught Pop Bob here one day in late 2013, and we tried to trap him. Made his way out. Sadly, the trap didn't work. Pyrobite gave us an infinite obsidian, and we mined down the entire area and tried to trap him that way. Oh, there just wasn't a good way to kill people back in those days. Protection was too OP. This was Kino Rana's little starter island. He did some things and then eventually quit. Got bored out here. This was Brunillan's starter area. He made a nice cozy little house and then quit. Got bored. Had a bunch of good shit though. This is the Sky Temple of Autism. This right here was the inspiration for the first Space Valkyria. I've never really shared it out or talked about it a whole lot, but you can see the similarities. I really enjoyed it, but I kind of reached a dead end with how it ended up. I keep getting these frame rate spikes, Jesus, and I just never really. I finished it, but I didn't fully complete it. I guess I just enjoyed making it for what it was. My plan was to live in it, but then I never really cared to live in it. So yeah, that's really all that was. This chunk cutoff was a flaw with World Downloader back in the old versions. I think this was a castle I was starting, but I never did anything with it. I don't even know if it was going to be good. Oh yeah, this is where I was mining ice for a while. This was Zarviar. Yeah, Zarviar had a thing he was doing out over here. Yeah, right here. He had a little stash that he made for himself. I think he was building Dragon's Reach from Skyrim. I think that's what that was from. He did pretty well with it, but couldn't really finish it. Poor Zar could never finish anything. Bless him. And I think that was it for over here. Whoa. Lost Demon visited the lands. Cool, I guess. This was Fubster and Pompano's area. They quit shortly after moving out here. They made the... what was it? 2B2T Fish and Wildlife corporate headquarters. They were a wacky bunch. They ended up making a little area for all the stuff they stole from people at spawn, because back then we could teleport to spawn. And they made this library maze thing, which led down into this, which was just weird. The wool explosion area. Let's see now, I founded this place back in late August 2012, and I just slowly began living here, amassing resources and so on. Exalted Spartans built this little storage room. Never really did anything with it. This was something we built in late 2013 when gold farms first came online. Oh man, it's got lots of them in there. Jesus. It's pretty cool. And then out here was a zombie grinder. This is like the first mob farm I ever made on 2B2T. AFK corner, yeah. I would go AFK, and then I experimented with an auto XP farm. You would like sit in a corner with wolves, and the zombies would fall down here with like half a heart, and they would attack you. You would get regen and resistance from the beacons, and then the wolves would attack the zombies, and they'd drop XP. Dragon eggs were a fun novelty back then. Oh, that flooded. Then occasionally I'd have them pile up here and then kill them. So that's all there was here. And then I would X-ray around to try and find mob spawners in close range to each other, because that was something you could actually reliably do back then. And I never really found a good spider spawner setup with like 2 or 3 spider spawners, because XP was a lot harder to get back then. So XP was, you know, valuable. Lots of caves I tried lighting up, and there were just too many damn caves. Too many damn caves. And I want to say there was another area out here. Oh my god. Well, when I say people out here stopped playing, I mean they got bored and they would play on other alts. Because, you know, we were hundreds of only about 4 million or so blocks out. And that was a long distance back then because you could not reliably travel. That was the problem. You were kind of isolated out here. And so they got bored. And they wanted to go be elsewhere. So they did. This was the little starter area that I made when I first came through the portal down here somewhere. Yeah, right here. And then I made a little spider spawner in here. Spiders were about the only reliable source of XP back then. So I tried making spider spawners and then a zombie spawner farm. Had some crops that I grew in here. That's the edge of the world. So yeah, that was it. I lived out here for a good 3 years before it was really destroyed. We abandoned it and stopped playing here, and then I went and did Space Valkyria. And then what else? I think that was it. Snacky made a snow tower one day, and then Zarviar made a plane and crashed it into the tower after blowing it up with TNT. Or blowing a hole into the side with TNT. Gee, I wonder what he was trying to imitate with that. But yeah, that was about it. It was just a cozy little place I liked living at. And, oh yeah, I was making an underground jungle. I forgot about that. I got bored with doing this too, but damn, this would have been a nice place to hang out in. Maybe I should do that with World Edit at some point. But I don't have any desire to, like, keep playing and stuff at this base. It's just too outdated. You can see the old X-ray tunnels where I would X-ray for diamonds and gold. Because God apples were brand new at the time, and I wanted them. And the only good way to get them was to X-ray up. See, 9 ingots. So like you had to X-ray up like 72 blocks of gold ore to make it worth your while. And then this is redstone practice. Like I did a lot of redstone work. A lot of these types of farms and shit still worked on 2B2T back then, so it was worthwhile to do. Dupes hadn't really taken off at that time. There was a auto fishing farm, which was originally, I think that was a micro farm for like wheat. And then this was an ice farm, and they changed the way Taiga, they no longer generate ice below a certain Y level. So that's why it was all funky like that. And then I remember I wanted to change out all the sand in this desert to red sand, because red sand was new in late 2013, and I wanted to like transmute a bunch of it and then just turn it into a red desert. I thought that would be a cool little project. Never did anything with that. Back in mid-2013, the only really effective way to travel was on horseback. So I would have horses with tripwire. You would run through these little stands, and it would dispense speed 2 potions, which would hit the horse, and you'd zoom like crazy over the dunes in the desert. It was so much fun. Yes, and then this thing. There was a Christmas ornament. I think we still have it. It inspired me, and I wanted to sort of make that out of stained glass. Stained glass was new at the time. And so that's what I was making here. Obviously, I never finished it. That was a big problem with everything out here. I never really finished it. That was just one of those things. I'd get bored maybe halfway through, and then we had another stash over here. I was building a wall at one point for some reason. Just a bunch of weird shit that just came to mind. And then I'd chat with the regulars. Stuff like that. I invited a bunch of people out here. They would, of course, get bored and quit playing out here, and then they would suicide back. Oh yeah, there was a little city they were trying to make out here at one point. That never went anywhere. I want to say there was my bed was hidden out here too. Where did I hide my bed? Ah, it was right here. And then I went, yeah, down here. Secret little thing. It wasn't that secret. And then I covered this place in obsidian. I think it got found and blown up by Pop Bob. That was it. Because Pop Bob visited out here in late 2013. You could ride horses on the nether roof at that time. So that's how he came out to us. He knew where we were. He could just never get to us until then. And he stole some shit from my stash. Down over in here was... This was a dupe stash back from the 1.13 portal dupe. Back when you could do that. First dupe I ever got to really take advantage of. Pop Bob stole from it some and then kind of stopped caring. And it wasn't long after 2014 that we started playing on alts at other bases. Like, oh, this was another base that I played at. This was a private one that I made. I've never really shown it off. Oh my god. Island Paradise. 4 million. Here it is. Yeah, this place. This was my Island Paradise. Basically, all this was just a little solo base that I started back in early 2013. This is all a mushroom island. Oh god, this little bitch will load. Keep getting frame rate spikes for some reason. Gonna turn down the render distance. That should do it. Come on. There we go. I mean, it's not like this was a very big island. So yeah, I built some stuff here. This was all a mushroom island that I terraformed and got rid of the mycelium. It was very difficult to do that. I had to manually place blocks on everything back then to kill the mycelium. Later on, I would find a technique where you would just wait until nightfall and then use water buckets and just cover the whole island in water when it had mycelium on it. And that would kill the mycelium at night because it had water on it. And so I would do that, cover everything in water, and then slowly sponge up all the water. And then using seed grass, I would seed the entire island. And then this was EthoCorp from Etho, the Minecraft server. If for any of you who know who that is or remember Minecraft, I saw him building this place in real time when he was initially doing all that, and I fell in love with this build. It was so fucking sexy, so I copied it. It was so nice. Then, yeah, I didn't really have a whole lot going on here. Just like a little, had a mob spawner down here somewhere. Wanted to get villagers, but I never really bothered with villagers. I probably should have. Had a mob spawner somewhere. Maybe it was down here. Yeah. I would fight skeletons down here for bones. And that's how I got the bone meal to make all the grass on the island. And then this was a really nice build that I made. This is like one of the first really nice refined builds It was made in the EthoCorp, similar style. That's where I was inspired from. And I was going to write books here, I believe, on players and player history and shit. And I was going to store them here. This was going to be like, I think I called it 2B2T National Archives or something. Some such. I don't know what a Troon or Matrix is. So I don't know. I don't really care. If Pop Bob LARPs, that's up to him. So yeah, this was this place. This was a giant skull made out of coal blocks, and I was going to build a little like a bar here, and then I had a wither skeleton, or I was going to have a wither skeleton be the bartender. That was a pretty cool idea. I think this place has been found and destroyed long before now. Yeah, and that's kind of where the generation ends. So yeah, fun times. And then this was a part of a chain of multiple mushroom islands that sort of like an archipelago that just went off that way. And I never really, never really kind of finished terraforming them all. This place was just enough for me. Nice little cozy home. So yeah, there's a lot of memories here. 2013, 2014. And then I left this place in early 2015 and I went to Asgard 2. And then from Asgard 2 it was Space Valkyria. And the rest is history. And that's pretty much it. I have Space Valkyria somewhere. I'll show off Space Valk 2 some other day. And the Sea Spire, although the Sea Spire I think has been found too. Back up, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, this was Space Valk as it was. Everybody knows and loves this place. I swear, the first two Space Valks were just like the perfect storm of materials, people, and other just perfectly timed things. Like, everything just worked to make Space Valkyria possible. I really don't know that it would have been possible at any other time. Maybe it would have, maybe it wouldn't have, I don't know. But yeah, just all the cool shit that got to happen. And then Space Valk 3 was even more of a perfect storm of stuff just going right to be possible. And I'm really, really sure that wouldn't have happened at any other time for any other reason. So yeah, fun times. It's fun reminiscing. This was going to be a giant jungle, and it was going to have a dome over top